This is my spaceship DIY build.
To the puppet nerds of the world, this may sound absurd, but this is the place you need to be. We'll do an interview and then we'll stitch and glue all of the dolls we'll make and shake. If you wanna be in the know and to play like a pro, subscribe to Krutinger Puppets.
Welcome back, Puppet Nerds. Adam Krutinger here, and I have something really cool to show you. I had an idea for a project years and years ago that I've been waiting for the right time to do. And if you're creative, you probably know that it almost never feels like the right time for a project. Sometimes you just have to dive into it. So that's exactly what I started to do. A long time ago, I had an idea for this little alien character named Hubble. And I always wanted to do a little show for him. I had a whole bunch of episode ideas and different ideas of things that he would do. But I wanted to test some of my ideas and things that I'm working on. I finally got around to building and creating the character a couple weeks ago. If you follow me on Instagram, you got a sneak peek of it. And I was blown away by the response. It got more likes than almost any picture I've ever posted, which I really wasn't expecting. But it got me energized and more excited about working on this project. So now that I had a show idea, a character, and a name, now I wanted a logo. Cameron Garrity's my go-to guy for all my graphic design needs. And he made this, which absolutely blew me away. I love this so much, and it inspired me even more to get going on this. But since he's an alien, I knew that he also needed a spaceship as well. So that's what I'm going to show you in today's video. It's not exactly a tutorial, it's just kind of the process that I use for my DIY build. But if you're pretty clever, you could catch on and make something using similar techniques. And make sure to stick around to the end of the video. I wrote a theme song for Hubble's show, and I have the first cut of it at the end of this episode. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. Anyway, let's get started. So today I'm going to be making a spaceship for Hubble. To start off with, I have two of these saucer sleds that I'm going to be using. So the first thing I want to do before I start assembling it, I bought a bunch of odds and ends, and I'm going to try to make into an interesting looking spaceship. But first I want to sand it all. So here I go. Okay, those are all sanded. Now I have three of these salsa bowls that I just sanded down to, and I'm going to rivet them to the bottom like this. So they're gonna look like either landing pads or little thrusters or something like that. So I'm gonna screw them in and rivet them on right now. And just like that, we have these attached to our sled. You can see I put little washers on these rivets so they don't pull straight through the plastic that easy. But I think that's gonna look pretty good. All right, now I'm adding some wings to this ship here. And what I'm using is I found these jumbo horseshoes at Five Below. And I thought if I cut one in half, which I already did, it would make a kind of interesting alien wing. So what I'm doing is, let me flip this around. I'll show you on this one since I already started, but this has these handles which are really ugly and I kind of want to hide it. So what I did is I filled it with L200 there, just kind of crammed it in, glued it in, and I cut this wing in half. And what I'm going to do is glue it in right there like that. I already did this side so you can see it. Now I was thinking of different ways to attach it in, and I think the foam and the glue is the best one for now. I was thinking about screwing it in, but I'm afraid if the wing gets hit that it would crack the sled, whereas if it's attached to this foam, if it gets hit, I think the worst thing that would happen is that the wing would fall off. Then I could easily just glue it back on again. There's the top, there's the bottom. Right, so next what I want to do is add these little lights. I found these at a local department store. If you click it, they light up in interesting ways, which is really cool. But rather than just like glue it on, I want to create like a little base for them for a couple reasons. That way it tapers more, because right now it would just be protruding out pretty obnoxiously. And also so I can hopefully make them removable. So what I did is I cut little rings out of L200 like this, and what the idea is that they'll just kind of pressure fit in like that. So I'm going to glue these little foam donuts around here as evenly as possible, and I hope it looks nice. There we go, I have a little glue ring there, so let me place this down. So that's secure, and I can just pop these in real nicely. Just turn them on like that. I'm gonna do some more details on these two. However, I'm gonna give them a coat of primer. So let me give this a coat of this primer all in one, and then we'll take a look. There's a coat of primer. I'm gonna add some more details now. So now I have this long piece of PVC pipe that I'm gonna cut into little segments and then kind of use as clamps going all the way around. First thing I have to do is sand it down, and my little Fred here, Fred, my little puppet nerd Fred, hello, she's helping me sand it. So go ahead, start sanding, Fred. Start sanding, like you were before, remember? You rub this thing right here, remember? She's using the wrong side of the sandpaper, but I don't have the heart to tell her. Okay, it's the next day. I just cut that PVC rod into a whole bunch of these little, 1.5 inch, 1 inch pieces. And I put one little slit on them so they can act like a clamp. So I'm gonna put them all the way around the saucer, and let's see how it works. Sticks on just like that. I got a whole box of them, and I'm gonna go all the way around. It's gonna need another coat of paint, but that's how it's looking. Pretty happy with it. Okay, so now I wanna add a couple more of these fins to the top. I'm gonna put a piece of L200 going across the top, and I'm gonna put the fins on like that, just so it has a little bit more of a silhouette from the side. So let me do that right now. All right, I have those top fins on now, and next I'm just gonna paint it up. There it is. Now what I'm gonna do is give it a coat of this metallic paint, and then we'll do a nice paint job on it after. All right, these are the little lights that I have. You just click them in the center to turn them on, and I made these to be, or I didn't make the lights, of course, I got those at the department store, but I made it so that these can just pressure fit in. So they're not gonna be glued in, they're just pressure fit in like that. There's only 6 of them on this design, so that way if one of them dies, or if the battery dies, I can switch it out or change the batteries easily. But that is my overall design then. I thought I was done building it. I was just about to start painting, but then I had another idea. I realized that these blasters and landing gear, they look too much like what they are, which are salsa bowls. So what I have now is my hot knife, and I'm melting these lines into it, and I think that's gonna make it look a little bit more like boosters. But I'll show you in a minute, and we'll see how it turns out. So I was debating for a long time on how I wanted to paint this, and I just started painting it. I'll show you quickly with my phone. I took a picture of this spaceship, and then I just drew in a design with my finger on the on this app on my phone, and then that was my guidelines. I'm just kind of going for it now. I started painting a little bit of it there. I'm gonna do some yellow and some red. I was gonna do yellow and blue, but I don't know, I changed my mind about the blue. Plus these are red anyway, so then I won't have to paint them, which will be great. So let's go for it. I just finished painting it, and I'm gonna give you a quick look. And there she is. I turned the lights on too. You just touch them. They can blink, be on bright, lighter, blink, and off. But I'm pretty happy how it all turned out. So that's the spaceship, but now here's Hubble the alien.
I was in my backyard
backyard just checking out a star when I saw a crazy thing that looked so bizarre. Bang, boom, crash, it smashed into the rubble. I peeked down in and out came Hubble.
It's Hubble, what a surprise, it's Hubble. He came from the skies, his little hands are making earthquakes. He wants to make some more, so let's go explore with Hubble.
So there it is. I still want to make a couple little tweaks to it. I can't wait to start filming more with this character. He's so much fun. So be sure to look out for shorts on Instagram and even some posts here once in a while. I'm not sure yet if I want that content to be on this channel or if I want to make a new channel for it or put on one of my other puppetry channels. But make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more updates. And as always, if you want to learn any more about puppetry, check out puppetnerd.com. There we have weekly updates with all the latest puppetry news and DIY projects. And if you want to support this channel and support Hubble, the best way to support is by watching and sharing my videos. And if you want to further support me and my work, you can check out my website. There I have a lot of free patterns, but I also have some paid patterns and a support page that all goes into the content of this channel. Thanks so much for your support, and I'll see you next time.